Today on the Two Car Garage, we're going to test drive Curt's Bug and see what we're in for. Alright, so I think what we're going to do today here is just make a quick video, kind of doing a test drive on this. We're just going to get this out to a parking lot, drive it around, see how it behaves. I have had it around the block once, but I haven't really put it through its paces. So we're going to check some things out, kind of get a before of what this vehicle is like now, so we can have something to compare to once we do all the upgrades we're going to be doing to the suspension and brakes and such. So we're going to set some cameras up inside the car here, and we're just going to go out, find a parking lot somewhere, and we'll see what this little old bug can do for us. Alright, here we go. We're going to take this for our first big trip, and like I said, I think we're going to try to find a parking lot to put this in so we can kind of slalom a little bit, check the brakes. I know this clutch has got a bit of an issue, so we'll scope all that out. So we're just going to head out here, and sorry if the camera's all shaky because our setup here is a little bit on the janky side, but I think it'll ultimately end up being okay. So we're just going to head out, and we'll see what happens. So first impression, it's a little sketchy. I noticed the brake pedal moves a long way before it actually engages. But then after using it a couple times, if you pump it up, it starts to get a little stiffer. So I think there's some air in the line somewhere. The clutch in this thing is really weird. It's basically an on-off switch. It's really hard to engage this gently. For sure, you wouldn't want to try to learn how to drive a stick shift in this right now. The shifter is really sloppy. It really feels like it's just wore out. Probably needs a bushing up front in the shift rod. Who knows what's going on with the coupler in the back. And then I think just the shifter in general is a little beat up. Handling wise, it's really not too bad. Goes down the road fairly straight. Steering's a little tight. Trying to go around a corner. Again, not worried about that since everything's going to be replaced. But right now, as a baseline, there's definitely some room for improvement here. I really want to test the brakes again to see where they are right now with the drum brakes, just to see what kind of improvements we get once we put the disc setup on there. And I think what we'll do is we'll kind of set up a camera, and I'm going to accelerate up to probably 20 miles an hour, and then I'll slam on the brakes and see how long it takes to actually stop this. And then once we get the disc brakes on there, we'll do the same test just to see what kind of differences there are. Let's do some acceleration here and see what kind of performance we actually have out of this as it sits, and then that'll probably do it for today. acceleration is really questionable. Brakes are okay, not great. Again, the steering's really kind of tight here, but it corners pretty decently. This parking lot we found has got a football field painted on it, and I think what we'll do is we'll start at the goal line and we'll accelerate up to the 50-yard line as hard as we can, and then we'll slam on the brakes at the 50 and kind of get an idea of how it's behaving. That's not too bad. Well, we've done that a couple of times here, and I think I was pretty consistent as far as stopping, once I hit the 50-yard line. And it right now, accelerating, it hits about 20 miles an hour, maybe 25 miles an hour before I get to the 50-yard line. And then slamming on the brakes, it's taken about, it looks like it's taking about 25, almost 30 yards to stop. So as unscientific as this is, at least it gives us an idea of what we're in for. So now, once we get the disc brakes on here, we'll come back, we'll repeat this test, and just see what's going on. So I think we've got enough, kind of got an idea. Realistically, none of this matters because it's all going to be changing, but at least we know what's going on. So that's really all we've got for today. We're just going to take this back to the garage, and on the next video we're going to go through our planning process and show you some of the things we're doing to keep track of that. And make sure you're subscribing. Hit that like button. That really does help us out a lot. And I'll just see you around. Take care.